Hey, this is Adam Jabay with tracktuned TV, and we're here with Jason Haynes in the Lingenfelter Performance Engineering booth. They play with big old V8 cars. What kind of stuff are you guys showing off here today, Jason?
Well, as you mentioned, we really deal with the V8 vehicles, GM V8 vehicles. So you've got the Cadillac CTSVs, the Camaros, the Corvettes.
Yeah. You're seeing more and more of those at track events too.
Yeah,
especially Corvettes and a lot of Cadillacs too.
Yeah, the CTSV is an amazing platform.
Yeah.
And it's a lot like the M3s and stuff like that, where you get a fast car on the track, get the race tires off the car, go home, and you can have the family go to their dinner, and it's the same car, and it's so fast that on
really
the street,
good all-around vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. So they're great vehicles, and then we offer upgrades from a performance standpoint. So in the CTSV, more boost, better airflow through the cylinder heads, more camshaft lift, more duration power through that. Larger displacement engines, but then obviously as you start to make more horsepower, then you start to run into cooling issues. So we make higher flow intercooler radiator, higher flow pumps to further improve the cooling through the intercooler radiator.
What kind of not failure points, but weak points in those vehicles as far as cooling and stuff do you guys address? Is it mainly radiators?
Radiator and intercooler. As with any vehicle, there's upgrades that the manufacturers do over time. So the CTSV was the first iteration of the LSA engine, and then when GM came out with the ZL1 Camaro, they'd obviously learned some things from that. So the ZL1 had a slightly higher horsepower rating than the CTSV. So some of the things that we offer allow the CTSV to get up to and exceed the capabilities of the ZL1. So for example, the ZL1 has a higher flow intercooler pump. So we offer a pump for the CTSVs that gets the CTSVs to that same intercooler flow. The ZL1 has a better intercooler fluid routing than the CTSV does. So as part of our intercooler kit for the CTSV, we also have the customer reroute the intercooler flow to the same way as ZL1 is done, again, to further improve the ZL1 intercooling flow.
With the Cadillacs, do you have a better frontal airspace or frontal area for air to come through than the Corvettes, or is there a big difference between those two?
Yeah, I mean, the advantage that the CTSV and the Camaros have is because they have all that frontal area, there's a lot more room for cooler. The Corvettes are awesome cars, but when you have such a small sports car like that, you don't have a whole lot of front end to put heat exchangers. So the Corvette is a really hard packaging for heat exchangers. So luckily in a CTSV and a Camaro, you've got a lot more frontal area to package your heat exchangers.
Yeah, a lot of the Corvettes that we see at our Grid Life events, they're older Z06s. That's becoming super popular. And as far as tuning and stuff, a lot of those guys are running stock cars. When they come to the supercharged cars, what do you guys do with tuning and stuff?
In terms of tuning, with all of our packages, most of them require engine calibration or transmission calibration as well on the automatics, whether it's naturally aspirated or supercharged. When we're making changes to the RPM range of the vehicle, when we're making changes that may entail larger fuel injectors or different airflow intakes, all that requires calibration. So part of our packages, when we sell a customer a package, when we do the install, is recalibration. If we're selling someone parts out the door, if they're doing a mix and match, then it's much harder to provide a calibration. But if we're providing a turnkey package out the door, then we can also provide a calibration. To go
you guys have installation centers all over the country?
Yeah, actually all over the country, and we've also got dealers outside the U.S. as well that do install of our kits.
Individual parts, full packages, anything in between?
Anything in between,
Very cool.
Mild to wild is what we like.
You guys
to
get into suspension at all, or no?
Yeah, we do. We're really known for horsepower and power. But obviously, as you start to do power, then all of a sudden, suspension, brakes, brakes, and wheels and tires all start to come into it because you need to stop and go. And
everything has to be a package.
So we've got a lot of partners in the suspension stuff. We've been running in the Optima Challenge quite a bit. So we've got partners in Ride Tech, and then we've worked with Bill Stein and Coney for years on other applications. So we really sell a variety of that. We don't really do a lot of the development of the suspension. It's more different tailored applications to different vehicle applications.
Everybody needs a different piece for that.
Exactly. There's too many aspects to any of this to be the expert in everything. So we really try to
make big LS power. Huh?
Yeah, big. We're good at the power, and then we partner with the right companies to bring the right pieces to the other parts.
What's your website? Where can people check out more about Lingenfelter?
www.lingenfelter.com.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.